The first Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls beta has just concluded, and in just 24 hours of total playtime, the pros have already gotten way too good and have blown the game wide open. Let's break down what we've learned about the game so far, highlighting some of the most insane plays, saving the most broken tech for last. One of the few criticisms about this game up front was people were wondering if this really was going to be a tag team game because of the fact that you have a single life bar and you're not really required to tag between your characters. But of course, we found out that this is definitely a tag game. We saw the pros here capitalizing on people's mistaken assist calls. Here's Justin Wong getting the big happy birthday combo. Got the storm going. Look at the life depleting. Mostly a low damage game, but if you have a bad assist call, you're going to get smoked. And Justin Wong was terrorizing people all weekend long with the storm. So,
yo, no.
Here's Sonic Fox as well, showing off some of the brutal happy birthday conversions. Sonic Fox on the Star-Lord here. So challenges on the assist call. Assist pickup right here. Assist pickup again. Full conversion.
Are you serious?
When the 360 mic from 2009 peaks from Sonic Fox popping off, you know we're in for a grimy game. But there's a lot of DNA from different games in this beta that we've discovered. And coming from one of the best of a previous game, Hook Gang God here even commented on the Marvel Tokon beta. Here he is, so young, full of hope for the future, after he just won Summit of Power for DBFZ way back, what is this, 2018? Since then, he's gone on to become a world-renowned variety game streamer, entertaining the people with his amazing variety game streams. And he says, Marvel Tokon is DBFZ2 LMAO, that's crazy. And actually, a lot of people were noticing that this game has a lot of shared DNA with DBFZ. Here's Kusix, finally a game with the movement of DBFZ without the full screen normals. So a lot of people were celebrating that. They're like, okay, wait, we're back. We are, us DBFZ fans are back. And you can actually see a lot of that influence for sure in the high level gameplay. So I like this sequence here from the Tampa Never Sleeps tournament that happened over this beta. Here we have SQ versus Yami. Yami gets the conversion here. You're going to see the conversion here into the knockdown, backdash into the assist call to cover the tech forward. Got to get another combo conversion here. Knockdown again, backdash to cover the forward tech. Gets the pressure with the assist pickup. Got to go try to rinse and repeat this. Goes for the overhead this time instead of covering with the assist and the low option. Assist pickup. OD move, or EX move rather, to extend. Drops the combo conversion, but uses neutral assist then to cover a few more interactions. Finds the corner, crossover counter to get some alleviation from the pressure. There's the crossover in return. Gets the hit. So in this sequence, I like this sequence because we started to see a bit of the flow of the high-level gameplay. But things definitely get a lot more unique for Tokon as we go on. So here in this clip, we have Daiphone versus Showoff. We're going to see some of the unique mechanics from this one. So we see the knockdown after the stage break here. They're going to do a super jump and full level 3 command grab. So this is not really anything that unique for this game. I just thought that this was nasty. This is just a nasty play, to be honest. It has the DBFZ movement, but at the end of the day, you might just super jump in and do a Geef level 3 command grab on your opponent out of nowhere to snatch the round and get the job done. We have DBFZ, but there's also some classic fighting game fundamentals in the mix as well. Here's an example of using some of the character's unique skills to get the mix-ups here. And we have Nerd Josh here with the Captain America. So after this combo conversion, using the ODDP to get an extension, look at that shield bounce. That's Captain's unique skill right there. Ooh, which way do you block? Combo conversion pickup. Tasty Steve sucking on his teeth right there. Oh, and pulled out of the corner the mix. Let's break this down a little bit here. So uses the shield charge right here with the assist to get the pickup. And after this air combo, knocks him down and then immediately does the down shield skill right here to start bouncing on top of the opponent while they fall from the sky to set up the mix right here. So as he comes down, he lands, and then they're going to go for the jump, knock the shield back down because you can bounce the shield. Steve blocks this one appropriately. Got to call assist here after the charge again to set this up. Jump up, shield throw down, falling jab, and then a low. You don't know when he's going to hit high, when he's going to hit low. into the EX overhead extension right there. Now this one, once again, gets the knockdown, throws the shield down, it's bouncing, jump up, knock the shield down, knock it down again, jump forward, knock the shield down again, cross up into the corner, into the low. That was nasty, dude.
Got those yet. Jack got those for some
Here's Sonic Fox applying pressure with Star-Lord. Gets the Dr. Doom assist out there, tags back into Doom. What just happened? So let's break down what's happening here. So he goes in for pressure with Star-Lord, and then during this move right here, goes in for the Star-Lord special move while the Dr. Doom beam assist is about to come down. Sonic Fox does the active tag into Dr. Doom here, and then they go for teleport in front, jab, the next assist with Miss Marvel, and then the dash through to cause the cross up as well. So they blocked the first mix. They potentially could have gone for a cross up on the very first interaction, block the low here, then another cross up right there. So you can set up unique situations like this with actively switching between your characters. So this Dr. Doom assist is super gnarly. So setting up the Doom assist and then tagging into Doom allows Doom to take advantage of his own mix-up potential with his own assist. So really nasty sequence right there from Sonic Fox. This is a team game, right? We're starting to see that the top level players are really actively changing between their characters and using that active tag system to use the assist, tag to the character that they just called in, and leveraging that for their pressure and mix-up potential. Here's another one from Damascus with his Wanted series. We have Leffen playing right here. Star-Lord again, finds the punish. Now look at this sequence here. Gets the combo conversion into the corner. You're going to see some unique mechanics here as well. Uses the Storm Assist. And then what just happened there?
Anti-low.
You got to keep your eyes on the character. You see the soul transferring between the characters. And then once again, the nasty cross-up mix with the unique skill for Captain America. So let's break down what happened here. There's a few key sequences in this interaction. So from this one, you see, once again, a similar style of mix being applied with the active tag. So he calls Storm Assist for the meaty. He backed up again in order to potentially keep him in the corner if he forward teched in this situation. Uses the Storm Up Assist to put him in block stun as well. And then he approaches behind that, goes for a low sequence. Storm is still on screen, so you're still able to actively tag into Storm. So as Storm is coming down, he does 2 buttons into the Star-Lord low special move in this situation. So then he active tags into Storm. So Star-Lord now is the assist character, finishing up the special move that he'd already inputted, and he's able to control Storm, does a little jump forward here to fake out the potential high incoming, while Star-Lord is keeping his opponent in block stun, and then just falls gracefully to the ground for the empty low right there. So that's a nasty mix-up right there, using the extended special move. So button into special move, while your assist is still on screen in recovery, then active tag to mix them up. Then you see in this combo knockdown, he uses the assembled assist right there to get the combo extension with Captain America, and then uses that to switch into Captain America. And in the corner, there's something unique. So the way the stages operate in this game, there's a bit of that Guilty Gear Strive DNA. This stage doesn't have infinite wall breaks like you would have in Guilty Gear Strive. You have more like a stage that is 4 stages long. Or sorry, 3 stages. Thank you for correcting me. There's 3 sections of the stage. So once you get to the right stage, the right side is the corner, and on the left stage, the left side is the corner as well. And so when you hit those final walls, certain moves and actions will cause this wall splat effect, which allows you to do extra combo pickups without using assist, and allows, particularly important in this situation, a sort of hard knockdown situation. He gets the wall slump here, right? And rather than taking advantage of it and continuing the combo, which would do an okay amount of damage, but remember, there is a limit to the combo potential you have, because there is a combo meter that will eventually force them to pop out. During the slump, he lets them just fall to the ground, and that causes the closest thing you get to a hard knockdown, because you can't tech in this situation. You just get up in place. Every other knockdown, or the majority of other knockdowns in this game, you can tech in different directions, which means that you're able to get you're able to mix up your options so that they don't get a perfect setup every time, depending on which way they tech. Here, he throws the up skill. The shield is going to come bouncing down. He's going to be able to bounce that shield multiple times, and his opponent is stuck in that spot. So here the shield comes down, and while the shield is coming down, he goes for an instant cross-up dash here, and you have to guess which side he is on as that shield comes down for the hard knockdown. I think here this was on the same side, but it's hard to tell even in slow-mo. So once again, get the slump knockdown, throw the shield up, box jump, you have to guess which side, falling jump L, full combo pickup right there. Super high level stuff right there. And you can see how like degenerate the offense can potentially get with having these different tag mechanics, the active tag switching and hot swapping between characters, and then these hard knockdowns, which are really brutal to deal with. But there is a lot of defensive options in the game as well. So for one, the crossover mechanic is performed while you're in block stun and is done by just light and assist with no direction. Also uses an assemble gauge, but I think this move is going to be critical to surviving the mix. So you can see here, this is from Grand Finals of TNS. Diphone here uses the crossover gauge pretty effectively. He blocks on Wake Up here, and you can see Doom pops out, pushes Show Off away, and he's able to then approach for pressure. So not only do you get the knockdown, in some situations you can potentially pressure the opponent after, which is really powerful. In fact, you can see as this evolves from the meta being shown here from Diphone Show Off, later in the set, there's another situation here where Show Off is pressuring Diphone. He goes for the crossover counter again, spins the bar, goes in. This time, Show Off tries to jump away from the pressure, and Diphone is ready with the 2H. So you can see how even during this set, the reads were evolving. So the defensive option did lead into pressure, and even trying to escape that pressure can get you punished. But you might be wondering then, what's the downside? Well, your opponent in return can potentially counter your crossover attempt. And you can see in this situation later in the set, Show Off is prepared for Diphone to use a crossover, reacts in time, does his counter crossover, and gets a perfect. If you get the regular version, both of you just reset to neutral. But if you get the perfect version of this counter crossover, you disassemble their team, which means that they can't use any of the defensive options or use any of the assist calls, and it's essentially a 4v1 situation in your favor. But it's not, you know, impossible to win from this deficit. Diphone actually does go on to fight solo, find the conversions, and ends up taking this round from Show Off with the only solo character, Miss Marvel here. So it's not impossible. You can fight back and survive the situation, but you see that you can't just spam these defensive options either. There's counterplay to them. But I think crossover is going to be really important going forward when we get to the final tier of the grime that we've seen with this beta so far. Here's Sonic Fox talking about Marvel Restand Mix in Tokon. So here's Sonic Fox with Star-Lord again. Gets the assist pickup and goes into the grenade, into the freeze. Hold that cross up, but that's not even the end of it. What just happened there? What just happened there? I'm telling you, when you hear Sonic Fox's mic go crazy like that, you know you're in for some grime. So let's break down exactly what happened. So he gets the freeze here, and this freeze from Star-Lord is super powerful because, once again, any situation where you can nullify their ability to either forward, back tech, neutral tech is really powerful because they're forced to stay in position while you can set up whatever mix you want. So he sets up the freeze, calls the Doom assist, and goes for the instant air dash cross up, right? He's dashing over to the other side, and then Doom assist hits from the rear right there. So it's a left-right mix. He has to block cross up to block the assist because Sonic Fox swaps sides. Now, that's not the end of it. That was the first layer of the mix. Now, Sonic Fox applies the pressure, and Doom is still on screen in recovery from the assist. He does light medium into the special move for Star-Lord, and once he activates his special move, he then active tags into Doom at the last second onto the original side. Star-Lord then throws the grenade. As soon as he tags into Doom, he dashes through Captain America onto the right side again, and that's when the grenade actually explodes. Which side, in real time, which side are you supposed to block? Which side? Tell me. How are you supposed to see this in real time? So he went back to the original side again. It's like left, right, left, right, left, right mix. And then he gets the combo conversion with Doom. So you might be really incentivized to use some of those defensive mechanics to get out of the situation. But there's even more grime to come. Check this sequence out. Sonic Fox in this sequence, flowing with the offensive pressure, going for the wall slump mix. So once again, they use the wall slump just to set up a safe jump there for pressure instead of going for a combo conversion like we talked about earlier. Block string pressure. Going to extend with the assist here. Active tag. Ooh, what was that? What was that? We're about to break that down. Wall slump. You got to hold this mix. Just stays in front for the pressure.
Good luck.
Good luck. You got hit. Okay. What is that sequence? Why is Sonic Fox wishing their opponent good luck? What's first of all, it was crazy they blocked it the first time. This pressure is strong enough as it is. Great blocks from Samij right now. But look at this sequence. Star-Lord doing the special, the gunshot. Captain America called in, goes in for the shield charge. Sonic Fox runs in for the button, light, medium. Then he activates the special with Star-Lord, active tags into Captain America here. Star-Lord goes low. He has a low special here. He goes low with this, while Captain America does an overhead dive special at the same time. Do you see where we're going with this, chat? A simultaneous low and overhead occurring in this moment. Now, this one wasn't perfectly timed, so there's a slight gap. Star-Lord hits low, and then Captain America hits high right after. Insane blocks, by the way. Look at the blocks. Low, high. That is incredible defense, but that, if it's tight enough, becomes theoretically unblockable. So, super nasty situation right there. And now we're going to see as it gets pulled to mid-screen, Sonic Fox goes ahead and sets it up again, this time with Captain America on point. Goes low. He's going to set up the shield charge, assist call. This time he's going to activate with Captain America. Button, medium. He's going to go activate the Captain America dive special right here with the overhead and then tag into Star-Lord. So Captain America is going to fly up, go for the overhead. He goes low with Star-Lord right there. And then the overhead hits right after. So once again, this was a super tight, hard to blockable timing. Not a true unblockable, but you would have to block low, then immediately ship to the overhead. And what if it was the overhead first and then the low timing right after, right? Ridiculously tough situation to deal with. You probably want to use the crossover to avoid this. But imagine if you don't have any assemble gauge, right? Are you sure it won't auto block? Yeah, we are sure, because it doesn't auto block. Boom, smoked. Holding low, gets hit, opened up, dead. Super nasty sequence right there. And that's where you really start to have to utilize the defensive mechanics, because you're essentially guessing on the high-low timing in that situation. And we have one more sequence using this, and I think this is the tightest sequence I've seen so far using that. So here we have the knockdown situation. Little fast fall mix, by the way, on the restand with the ice from Star-Lord. And then another wall slump hard knockdown. And then what are you going to do about that, man? What are you going to do about that? So I really like the sequence because look at all the mix being applied. Just looping those wall splat hard knockdowns into mix after mix after mix, including the potentially unblockable sequence once again. I think this is the one that I think is the most frame tight. Going for the pressure here. It's going to tag into Iron Man, who does the charge. Goes low. Charge heavy, and then during the startup of the charge heavy, tags into Captain America and goes with the low. So if you don't know what's happening here, this move is a charge normal from Star-Lord. I believe it's charge heavy, if I remember correctly. If charged, it becomes an overhead. He starts charging this up to activate the overhead, and then active tags into the recovery of the assist to Captain America. And then during this, that overhead is winding up, it's about to hit. He goes low, a crouching L. Right there with Captain America, right there at the same time. And then you just get clumped. So Miss Marvel here was holding down back. It doesn't matter. You block the low, that overhead is incoming. This is practically unblockable. So you really got to use those crossover counters if you want to get out of this situation right here. And then he gets the pickup, and then, you know, the sequence flows on forward. It's nonstop. Wall splat, hard knockdown, throw up the shields. You don't know which way the mix is coming. KO. So we can see that the grime has already been developed with 24 hours of playtime in the game. So that's all I have for this video. You can see that the pros are already too good at Marvel Tokon. We're going to see how much this develops. Do you guys think they'll nerf this hard to blockable, unblockable type of mix? I don't know. There's a lot of defensive mechanics to deal with it. We'll see. But the grime is definitely there. And that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Peace.